Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be fighting some of these bandits over here just to showcase a bit of combat, to show you what it's like, especially when you are leveled up versus when you are not leveled up in a specific weapon, perks, type stuff, everything you need to know. But before I get into it, I'm giving away a copy of this game, so make sure you hit the like button, comment down below telling me what your favorite weapon type is going to be, and on top of that, subscribe. Right, so we're going to show we're going to show bow and arrows, we're going to show pistols briefly. But all in all, I just wanted to show the difference between when you're fully armored and have all the weapons that you need versus something that you don't have the weapons. You see that as a surprise attack with one of the perks where it's just an instant one-hit kill to the chest. Obviously, if there are armored enemies, it becomes a lot difficult to one-hit kill. But in the most part, we just want to do what we can. Sorry, I'm coughing all over the place. Get him, dog. Finish him off, doggy. Wow. Get him. Get him, dog. Do your business. There we go. So these guys aren't super strong against me right now, so it's not going to be too difficult for me. But I wanted to show that you don't actually specifically need to have any kind of combos or anything like that to win a fight. So you see, I just one-hit kill him. Now, these don't have lots of armor and stuff, and the weapon that I'm using, the one-handed weapon, has a lot of good perks. There we go. Master Strike. You can die. No, come here. Die. Die. What the hell? He's invincible? There we go. So I have, obviously higher perks that do more damage. I've got better stamina because all I've used is one-handed swords. That's literally all I've used. So anything like pole axes, I'm going to be a little bit weaker against these enemies in terms of getting hits. Boom, Master Strike. Okay, let's just finish him up. No, you're not giving up. Get out of here. Die. Oh, did I just hit my dog? I think I just hit my dog. Whoopsie daisy. Why was I able to take them out with relative ease? Well, one, I'm high level, they're low level, but on top of that as well, it's the perks that I'm using. So before we show off some of the other weapon types, I wanted to show a couple of the perks that really helped me during that fight there. So we have under the agility section, dominant hand. If you use a one-handed weapon without a shield, attacks will cost 20% less stamina. Blocking will also cost less stamina and be more effective. And that's what I was doing there. I wasn't using a shield. I was just using a one-handed sword. So I got to, attack more often, block a little bit easier, and didn't have to worry too much about it. But what about the bow and arrow? How was I able to kill someone with one hit? Now, they didn't have the strongest armor, but you can one hit a lot of stronger armor enemies, especially if you hit them in a specific area. But there are perks that, really do help with that. So for instance, all of these that I took, if you deal damage to an enemy with a ranged weapon, their stamina will recover more slowly and their combat ability will be reduced. And the second level of that also has more debuffs for them. So that second guy that I hit was already pretty much dead and he was debuffed to hell. Then we have steady aim. If you don't move for 2 or more seconds while aiming, your stamina will drain 20% lower. At the start of the game, this is going to be way more important to you because of that 15% extra damage when you shoot. So definitely worth picking up as soon as you can. Then we have the Howl Shot first perk. So you deal 15% more damage for a total of 30% with the first perk level. So they're both 15%. So essentially what you're doing is you're firing off that first hit. You do an insane amount of damage when it lands on them. And if they don't die, then they also get massively debuffed, making the rest of the fight easier. But there's also beneficial perks within stealth. So for instance, surprise attack is if you hit someone who doesn't know of your presence with a ranged weapon, your target will suffer a combat skill debuff, making them easier to deal with. So that is also on top of everything that you have already chosen to do to hit someone with an arrow. This is also going to be an even bigger debuff. And there's also ambusher. Hitting a target unaware of you will deal 20% more damage. So a single arrow to engage with a fight can take out a single enemy. If you can get a second one off, you could cripple someone else. And if there's like 4 or 5 people, then you just switch to your sword and start fighting. So engaging with a bow is a lot of fun. And these also help as well when it comes to hunting. You can one hit pretty much anything I've ever shot at. You can one hit them. At the start of the game, I'd hit them with an arrow and they'd just run away. I didn't really dodge then because I didn't need to, but you want nimble stance for that 40% less stamina usage when you dodge. Especially in unarmed combat, you're going to be dodging quite a lot, and on more enemies in a stronger part of the world, you're going to be dodging quite a lot too. There's also such like finesse and viper, which is slashing damage and piercing damage increased by 5%. Also very, very good. Then we have the warfare perk. So like when fighting against superior numbers, you gain a +2 bonus for strength, agility, and warfare skills, which is some of the things we just spoke about. You got hardened veteran 1 and 2, which gives you an increase of your recovery for stamina during a fight. There's, you know, one-man army. When you're outnumbered in a fight, you deal 10% more damage. So a lot of these perks are really going to make your fighting in general, your combat in general, very, very good. But at the start of the game, it's very difficult. For instance, I haven't really used much polearm, so I don't really have that many perks on them, which makes it a lot harder to fight with because of the simple fact that you lose stamina quickly. Now, polearms I did use a little bit, but heavy weapons like axes and blunt stuff like maces, I haven't used at all. So we're going to put on an axe now, and you'll see the difference in the combat when I'm fighting those guys. So with my sword now, we're going to go in and we're going to fight. The first couple of enemies might not be too difficult to hit and kill with, but we'll see. You can see that, you know, I was pretty much like one-hitting most enemies. That was an well, not even an unaware attack, but it was like kind of a surprise attack. Okay, they're all coming now. So now we got to be careful. Why is it not engaging in the fight? That's so weird. There we go. Oh, they're going to be quicker to block me. They're going to be, you know, just generally a little bit better. And now I'm getting teamed up on and I can't unlock off that guy. Okay. Woo. Ow. I don't think I've got any combos for my axe. Okay. Ooh, they're coming from everywhere. Okay, my stamina is so low already because I've not got any perks with the axe. Seem to be getting into a little bit more engagements there. And they're blocking me way easier. Ooh. Okay. Oof. That was a lot more difficult than just using my sword. Is there anyone else left over here to fight? Anybody? Nah, they're all gone. Oh no, there's a guy here. Hello? Ow. Everyone get over here. So your main kind of like fighting combat system is what I just did there. Block with a perfect block and then you swipe at them. And if they don't also block you back and do a riposte, you will pretty much just hurt them or kill them like I just did. I actually got lucky with that guy. How? Come on. So I'm not going to attack back, but essentially you're just going to be blocking and then attacking when those blue swords come up. So it's just like block, attack, block, attack. That's what you're going to do at the start of the game. However, when you get towards the end of the game, you can just pretty much swing as much as you want and do all the things that you need to do. That was a weird dodge and I went right up his ass. But yeah, so that's, you know, basic combat with an axe. You saw it took me way longer. I had to use more stamina. I got hit a couple of more times. I know I didn't take any damage because my armor's so good, but you can see the difference between not having not having good stuff. But let's show you the pole arms and the pistol and then we'll be done. So for the pistol, there are multiple versions of ammunition for it. I've only found a couple of them. So lead shot gunpowder is the initial thing that you use, and basically pistols are going to be able to just break through plate armor. So those big top enemies, you're going to damage them very, very easily. And there's also scatter shot powder, which I assume is more like a shotgun blast, which I find will probably be better than the lead shot gunpowder, because I have found that when I use my pistol, it just misses the target no matter where I am or what I'm doing. I'll probably get lucky now and hit them bang on, but pistols are funny because you have to reload them. So you have to do this, put the gunpowder in, punch it down with one of them little sticks. Boom, boom, boom. So you can imagine that in the middle of a fight, this is quite difficult to do. Now we've got our little lit thing. We can move, but move slower. Now I can let go of that and move properly and then just put it back out. I don't have to, you know, fill the barrel up with gunpowder again. And then we have to light it and let it go. So it's a very complex bit of weaponry that doesn't really benefit you that much, honestly. So we do this and then boom. See, I didn't even hit him, I don't think. I didn't even hit him then, I don't think. Okay, I can't do nothing at the moment. He's hitting me in the face. Luckily, he can't do much damage. Get him, doggy. So you can see pistols aren't particularly the most fun thing in the world. Like, they're very off. For instance, like, I just hit him square in the face with that then, and I think it came off his axe. Let's try one more on another enemy. And this is why I think scattershot will be better, because it can, you know, it can hit on a wider spread, which means then you're more likely going to hit them. So, boom. Okay, so I hit him finally, and he dies. Right, let's switch over to the if it would let me move over to the poleaxe. Oh no, they're beating me up. So poleaxes are a little bit more fun. I've run out of stamina completely already. Jesus. All right, get my stamina back. Go, 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 go. You can't get me. I'm over here. So you can just pretty much poke at people like that with the poleaxe. Because you're so far away, you can have the range and you can finish them off from a good range. There are less combos from what I understand. And, you know, it's pretty much the same as a sword in every other way. Like, you still block, you still riposte. But you can't do overhead attacks with the poleaxe, just like you can't do an underarm attack or below the waist attack with a normal axe. So you kind of have to pick and choose what's going to be good for you in any kind of fight. I do find that poleaxes in general are better if you're fighting multiple people because of the pure fact that you have that range. How? Hopefully I might be able to just go fight someone a little bit stronger just for the end of this video so you can see a big difference. But you can tell that, you know, not having the right perks or the right levels up because of a lower level weapon, it becomes much more difficult to win a fight. Right, so let's just go boom, boom. And if you're fast with Polearm as well, you can get the attack off before they attack. Oh no, I can't block. Oh, no, don't yield. Die. But yeah, combat in this game is fun because if you want to be methodical and you want to get the absolute most out of combat, you can do all the combos. You can, you know, get involved with having precise movements, precise dodges. But if you don't want that as well, once you get to a certain level anyway and you've got the right sets of armors and stuff and you can defend yourself a little bit better, you can just swing and hope, and most of the time you'll win that fight. So if we go over to combos, you can see that I've been using the one-handed sword. I've got a few extra ones, so like a middle haul and a middle haul high. You know, after an overhead and a right slash, finish the attack with a left slash across the opponent's abdomen, and then this one is a left slash across the opponent's neck. Now I think these do kind of like finishers, so if you like finishers and animations, you know, these are the things you want to do. But I haven't learned anything else for anything really other than the middle haul stuff, and I can't even remember where I learned that from. But you can see there's a lot of stuff that you can learn as well. Like the long sword has 10 total combos, one-handed sword has 9, 7 for the sword and shield combos, 6 for the heavy weapon, 7 for the weapon and shield, heavy weapon and shield, which you can do as well, which we'll talk about. And then polearms have 4 different combos. And then unarmed, which I haven't really done anything with in this game other than a few side quests, also has 8 sets of combos. So as much as I'd love to go through absolutely everything, I feel like the video would be too long, and you know, I hope that people really enjoy figuring it all out for themselves. But the reason why swords for me and why I chose one-handed swords was there's quite a few perks that really do benefit combat for using a sword without a shield. You know, you have your master strikes and stuff, but there's also things like opening strikes. So if you successfully wound an opponent, they will have trouble blocking your next one. Now, if you've got your just one-handed weapon and you're swinging and swinging and swinging, this really does help you. Then we have stuff like Gladiator. If you fight with a one-handed sword weapon and keep your other hand free other than a torch, you gain +5 bonus on all of your sword fighting skills. So that is incredible. I think Whirlwind also applies here. If you fight with a short sword, its defense will be 30% higher and blocks will cost you 20% less stamina. We have Opening Strike 2 as well, so the effect of the first one we spoke about will be greatly enhanced. And also Dominant Hand, which I think I spoke about earlier. If you use a one-handed weapon without a shield, attacks will cost 20% less stamina, blocking will also cost less and be more effective. And there is one somewhere which I can't find for some reason, which increases damage dramatically when you're using just a one-handed weapon. But like I said, I'd rather people go in and figure all this out for themselves. I just wanted to show you a brief little look at combat and how easy it can be when you get higher in level, and some of the perks which really benefited me and why I chose to go one-handed sword only. But you know, all forms of weaponry and stuff are pretty good. Now, just have a quick brief look at armor. So you can see over there, you know, you can go to this section and you can go through them and see what they improve and what they don't. However, I just go underneath where my armor is there, where my pistol is, that armor section with all those numbers. I just go through, and if I see blue numbers, I equip it. I just equip it. I don't think about it too much. Whenever those numbers there go blue, like the 198, 249, 168 for the head armor, and then we got, like, I'm on the chest at the moment, 200, 232, 148. If all 3 of those numbers go blue, I equip them. That's the best information I can give you there. So like, for instance, I could put this merchant's coat on and make it go up to 87, but I want to look a specific way. So, you know, I've just gone and done the things that I want to do. So yeah, combat's fun. A lot of people think it looks clunky and bad. I agree at the start of the game, because you're not as, you know, you don't have as many perks, you don't have much skill level, you don't have much experience, you don't have good weapons, you don't have good armor. But once you get to a certain point in the game, it just becomes about whacking people and just finish them off. It's fun. I like it. Thank you for watching. I've been Easy Now. You guys have been awesome.